Good evening, everyone. This is Meg at Chasing Retro. At long last, I have the cat/kitten journals ready to share with you. These are going to be available in my shop tomorrow evening, Friday night, May 31st, 2024, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There are 4 of them. There are 2 soft cover, 1 signature, and 2 hardcover, 2 signature. We will do the soft covers first. They all have names, and if you see one that you are interested in that you would like to reserve, you may email me. My email address is below in the description box, or you can Etsy message me, either one. I will take first come, first serve. Whoever, time stamped messages me first about one, I will hold it for that person and I will reserve it for you. The first one is named Marshmallow. I'm gonna raise this up just a little. Okay, so Marshmallow is made from a recycled Amazon envelope, a bubble mailer, and it's crinkly, as you can hear it, and it has a picture from one of the vintage children's books that I have about cats. Sorry about the clock. Marshmallow is, this is Marshmallow. We're gonna call her Marshmallow. She has a little bit of a toasted tail, I guess. She has a lovely natural coffee ring there that I did not do. And then I created paper daisies to match the daisies in the vintage fabric. Sort of a bark cloth fabric. This is vintage rickrack, and then I sewed around the edge. All of these have sewing throughout in black. They each have bead dangles coming out of the center of the signature. So this one has 1 signature, so 1 set of beads here. This one has a permanent sewn in sari silk tie in a beautiful oatmeal color. Sort of matches her fur. So Marshmallow is 8 inches tall, 5 3/4 inches wide. She has 20 pages, so folded 20 pages, and that's 40 leaflets or 80 back and fronts. All right, let's go and see what's inside this one. Here we have a very glittery, can you see the glitter? I don't know if you can. A glittery pocket, and then I have a kitty cat digital here. All of the digitals that I used will be listed below, or the links to the sources will be below. And I did a cluster with some string, and then I cut some phrases out of some books I had about cats and put them throughout all of the books. This is from Catopoly board game. And this is just a digital, and this is a picture from the book that I made a journal out of. You'll see it in a moment. Really cute kitten. It's actually the same kitten on the front, but in this book, her name is Marshmallow. And then that's just a tag. The inside of this book is lined with a green checkered fabric. Here is a tuck spot made from an image from a vintage, I want to say it was a Humpty Dumpty magazine, if I'm not mistaken, and I cut a little red heart out of paper and put it there. And then we have an adorable little digital here, and the cat did it again journaling card. This is from a counting book, I believe illustrated by Margaret Wise Brown, or it might have been Richard Scarry, one of his early ones, I don't remember. So I made a tag out of that. Here is a belly band with a little kitten. And then this is an image out of a 70s crafts magazine when everybody used to decoupage pretty much everything. This is like a China cat. And this is from a kid's joke book, a weekly reader book. And this is from another children's book, and I put a little quote about kittens smelling good food. It looks like they're eating a pie. here is a cat envelope with a goldfish, and this is, so inside each journal I put an envelope with just extra digitals and stuff like that. There's a sticker, a couple of stickers, vinyl stickers I believe, in each one. And then deep inside, at the very bottom, there are some little stamped images that are postage stamp size. So I just put all of the extras and other little ephemera that I had created or found in there. So if you would like to decorate your pages or add more tags and stuff like that, you have plenty of stuff to work with. Here is I have a set of sushi cat stickers and they're holographic. So here's a sushi cat on top of a plate. This is a vintage greeting card and a little fabric cluster here and a fabric ruffle. This is a vintage Eureka sticker from the 80s from Kmart. This is some vintage wrapping paper someone sent me a long time ago. I love it. And then my sweet friend Cindy, I believe Cindy sent these to me. Forgive me if I have the wrong person. They're cat-shaped paper clips. And then here's another card from the Monopoly game, or Catopoly. And then you might remember I hauled this a few months ago. This is a banner or border with cats, and I just clipped this in here. You can leave it like this, or if you would like to cut them apart and use them as embellishments, you may do that also. And this is another book image on some vintage legal pad. Here's a stamped image of a cat with a teddy bear. A children's reader book, a fabric cluster. This is a Japanese stamp. I believe that's a cat. Judging from the whiskers, I think it is. This is an ideals page, and I've put some vintage trim and some vintage eyelet, and then I put one of the little charms with the dangly tails on here. This is a page that I covered over the back of the ideals because it wasn't relevant to the theme, and this is some 80s gift wrap, and then I put a side pocket. This is another card from the Catopoly, and a vintage playing card, and from a arithmetic book from the 1930s, I think, very old. Made a card out of that. And then clipped here we have I Love My Kitty digital. This is an actual sticker from Current for putting on homemade cookies or bread or whatever. And this is from Aristocats, I believe. Oh, and this is a page from a children's poetry book, and it has the Rum Tum Tugger, which is a T.S. Eliot book called, I cannot remember the name of it, but basically it's what Cats the musical was based on. So this is word for word from the musical as well. This is from a little American Greetings gift book. This is an adorable little grouchy cat image from a reader, and I added the little quote there, the little snarky quote. Evidently he's being made to wash his face or his ears. Here is a vintage postcard. I'm assuming it's vintage. It might be a reproduction. And then two more little cards to write on. This pocket is a little tricky just because it's shaped, but I love it. This is from a vintage Jack and Jill magazine. It was a little paper doll, and I just glued it down here. Vintage gift wrap. I cut this cat out of a cat sort of encyclopedia, and then I put some really funny cat quotes, not just quotes about cats, but quotes that cats might be saying. So I really hope this journal makes you laugh. If you have cats and you know their personalities, you'll find a lot of these things very funny. I laughed out loud so many times making these. This is from a Beatrix Potter book. This is another image from the counting book, I believe, and I I glued it to cardstock so you can write on the back. And this is a cat card that I received in Happy Mail. And then here I just pieced together some words from a children's book. This is a rubber stamp that I have that I thought was delightfully quirky, so I used it in this journal. This is from a book that I received also from Cindy. It was a cat poetry book, and I decoupaged the front of this envelope with this cute little poem of a cat smelling a dandelion. And I glued this cat here, and then inside we have from a very old children's bookshelf set. It was a hand puppet article on how to make hand puppets, shadow puppets. So I found the cat one. This is from an Aristocrats song book or Disney song book. This is a reproduction of a milk cap, but you have to have a milk cap and a cat journal. So a vintage greeting card from the 80s. Inside I've put a little pocket with a ruffle and a cluster. And here is that same China cat in a very large size. You can write on it. Clipped here, we have glued this little image on top of this digital. And then here is Puss in Boots from a nursery rhymes book for children. This is from a 1940s, originally published in the 40s, large little golden book. So I wasn't able to use a lot of the images, but some of them I did. I was able to cut them apart. But this one is sort of fragile, but he's a little tuck spot for this card here. What are you eating and how can I help? A little cluster. I used my labeler and I added some fun little things in these. We have a family circus. I said it right this time. Family circus cartoon comic. I put some raffia here because it reminded me of a scratching post. Here is a fabric flip with some 70s colors. This one has a loose 70s vibe, if you will. It's retro, but it's, you know, browns and oranges and olive greens. A little digital here. Each of them has a page from that poetry book. The poetry, I don't know, but the photographs are by a Japanese photographer, and it's very 70s. And some of the poems were amazing, and I was like, I have to put one of these in each book. And this flips down for more space. This little grouchy cat, if I can get it off without the thing catching, this little cat holds another journaling card. This is from a 70s 17 magazine, believe it or not. I think it was advertising lipstick. We have a belly band here with a little black cat with a banjo. This is from a craft box, sort of like the Better Homes and Gardens cards. And this is from a children's reader. Rick Rack and one of my little handmade daisies again. Okay, guys, all of them have one of these little yarn balls. I will never do this again. It's interesting and it adds some visual interest and some quirky fun. However, it took me an hour to make 5 little balls of yarn. So enjoy them. You will not see them again. And I really hope they don't come unraveled. I put glue sporadically as I was rolling, but you never know. Be gentle with them. But I had to put a ball of yarn. I just thought it was fitting, and I didn't want to buy the ones that were already made for dollhouses because I thought the yarn was too thick. And here is a little cluster with a kitty. And another cluster with a stamp. And then here, oh, this is just a little guy sewn down. And a greeting card. I'm gonna use the wrong words all night. A little Go Fish card, I think. A little cat with mittens. Here's from that, this is from that 1940s-ish era 3 Little Kittens book. I made it into a fold out. I have a flashcard pocket that's also a tuck spot. This is from a 70s magazine. It was an ad for cat food. I put the 70s silk there. This is also from a 70s magazine. And it was a little poem about a cat. And this is a little digital cat to play with or write on the back of. And the last pocket is another one of the white kitty cat, Marshmallow, playing in the water. And then this is, I don't remember what this is from, but it's cool. It's like a scratch art sort of thing. And I put this really funky art yarn up here. And then we have a dictionary entry for cat. So this is Marshmallow. Marshmallow would like to be adopted and come home with you. I wish they were all real kittens instead of just pictures. Okay, next is Marmalade. Marmalade is also 8 inches tall, 5 3/4 wide. Marmalade has 20 folded pages, so 40 leaflets or 80 back and fronts. And it is one signature. It is vintage calico. This is an image from a Dick and Jane book. This is a very vintage yo-yo and a vintage button that I've sewn on the top. It's kind of got a texture to it. We have bead dangles here that match. And red sari silk on Marmalade. This one has the loose color theme of primary colors, bold and bright. So here's that same cat again, Marshmallow, or her name is actually Tippy. So you'll see Tippy's book cover in a moment, but she was so photogenic, I had to use her a lot. This is a little golden book playing card. And this adorable image from a children's reader. I love personified animals. Animals with clothes on. I think it's so cute. This is from a book that I bought for the rain journals. It made me sad to see the little kitten outside in the rain. They did let the kitten in, but I thought for this journal this would make a really cool tuck spot. So I cut the curtains out. And we have another digital that I added a quote to. And this is kind of like which one of these things is not like the other. And I put it on glittery cardstock. That glittery cardstock, by the way, is from Dollar Tree. I have not seen it there in a long time. It was like in a scrap paper pack. So I'm kind of using what I have very slowly. This is an adorable kitten perched here on this belly band. And then here is a white kitty cat in the fall leaves. And there is a poem on the back and another cat that's camouflaged on the white bed. Thought that was adorable. This is a, let me get this without bending it. This is a greeting card that I found at Recraft. It was from a grandma to her granddaughter, and it's the puffy embossed cards that were popular in the 70s, and the calico kind of patchwork. So she wrote a long letter to her grandma, to her granddaughter, but I didn't think anyone would want to read this. Or maybe you do. That's why I left it like this if you want to read it. But I also put this up here for journaling space on top. And then a green ruffle. And this one has a little marmalade looking cat charm. And another one of those vintage Eureka stickers. And this is a sort of a blank note card. It's not vintage, but it's super cute. This is from a cat encyclopedia, and I added the words. I just think she's staring at you like she is so over it. And here are some boys with some kittens feeding them cream from a children's reader. We have a punched edge page there, Catopoly card, and a little digital card. Another Disney song page. This is from another reader, and then in here we have a journaling card. I added the quote, another snarky quote. Although that little kitten looks too sweet to be saying that, but this is from a Hallmark gift book, and It had enough blank space on the back that I just left it as is. But he's trying to rescue his cat from the roof. It doesn't seem very smart, but it is a kitten picture, so I put it in here. And then the stamped image again with the teddy bear, the wrapping paper, vintage rickrack. They have a kitten in the wagon. Here is some cluster there. This says feed me out, and it is a little black die cut. And here we have a journaling card, the retro kitty, Beatrix Potter page, another card from the game, 2 cards from the same game, an ideals page, and once again I put the 80s gift wrap on the back. I did a horizontal belly band here, and then here is that same little Marshmallow / Tippy. She is everywhere. She's trying to get into the house in this picture. This is from another reader. A purple legal pad, vintage. This is from a dairy not too far from me, actually. A reproduction milk cap. And then this is a shower, vintage shower invitation with cats. And a journaling card. Fabric cluster. Another quote. Some pom-pom trim. A little circle pocket, and I had a little fun with this one. This is a fish. My son told me it looked like a goldfish cracker. A little fish that's attached, and you can tuck it underneath his paws, or you can put it back in the fish tank. And then here is a digital, and this is from a Childcraft magazine, and another cat fact card. The center of the signature has a page from Eloise Wilkins. This does not fold down. This is just a triangle pocket. And then this is from a children's poetry book. And this is from an extremely old highlights magazine that my mom had when she was about 5. So very brittle, but I think it's preserved now that it's glued and sewn down. But I thought it was a cute picture. And a little ginger cat with a meow. Another image from a children's book, Rick Rack and a Daisy. Another little stamped cluster. Another sushi cat. This one looks like she's crawling out and about ready to leave. This is from a children's storybook, a Disney children's storybook. I don't remember what story this is from. And then a ruffle. If cats could text you back, they wouldn't, which is probably true. This is from a little golden book, but I don't remember which one. And then in here we have a little flash card digital. And tucked in here, I believe I got this from Angela. She Kool-Aid dyed this. And this is a vintage book page image. And then here we have the fold out little banner cats, and then a playing card. This half envelope has another journaling card. A beautiful Persian cat, it looks like, and here's all the extra goodies: die cuts, digitals, vinyl stickers, and stamped images. This says, no, I did not do that, but I'll sure keep that in mind. That cat looked like it was saying that. I saved him especially for that quote. And then some ribbon and a little stamp glued down there. And then we have a cat and a game card and a digital journaling card. Another image from a children's book that I put here, scratching on a post. Here is the ball of yarn for this one. It's red. I got this fabric, I think, from Sierra and Happy Mail. It's perfect for this journal with the colors. A dictionary definition, and this is from a Whitman, not Whitman's, is that right? The Tiny Tales. It's been a long day, guys. Tired. Long week. The cat did it, tucked behind these little trio of cats that are singing, it looks like. And then a family circus. Kitty cat's putting a block on you. And this is from the Three Little Kittens, and it folds out. I hope I haven't been out of frame. I'm so bad about that. I'm sorry, y'all. The other half of that birthday card. This is from one of the sticker books, like the coloring books from the 70s and 80s, where you would have the stickers you could punch out and lick and stick. Well, I just glued her down. This is from Sierra, I know for a fact. She gave me this quilting square, and I turned it into a fabric flip. And this is from a vintage reader, and I have sort of made a sloped pocket, and then we have a current label, sticker label, and a little milk cap, milk bottle digital. This is from another book. This is a cutout from a book and a definition. I guess this is more of a loaded pocket. I have to tilt this one to get it to fit inside because it's a little tall. This is Marmalade, y'all. Now, here comes socks. Socks is a Whitman's Telltale. That's the word I was looking for. Whitman's Telltale. Socks has been through a lot. Socks and the next one you'll see in a moment. Someone loved socks very much, but I decided not to go crazy trying to cover up the imperfections. I left the corners as they are because I kind of like them like this. There was a big gash on the front where maybe somebody had put tape and ripped it off, but I left that alone except for I glued this vintage crocheted doily down, and I glued one on the back, and I wove a gingham ribbon through it. So you can completely pull it out and take it off, or you can leave it like this. Your pick. The spine is made from vintage bark cloth, and it has dangles. These have 4. And, oh, measurements. 6.5 tall, 5 3/8 wide, 1 inch spine, which is a little bit smaller than I normally do, but I still did 2 signatures. They just have less pages than I like to put normally on a 1.5 or 2 inch spine. This book has 13 pages in one signature, 12 in the other, so that's 48 leaflets plus 52 leaflets. No, 26 leaflets plus 24 leaflets, or 48 plus 52 back and fronts, which is a total of 100 back and fronts. I really hope I've done this math right. Like I said, it's been a long day. I've done a lot of math today, some for work, so my brain's a little sleepy. And here we have all these things, most everything, there's a few digitals, are from book pages about cats. So I've made lots of journaling cards. This is a little digital of a milk bottle, and a digital of a journaling card with some groovy cats. This is, I stamped some paws with white ink, and then I had this cute little letter sign. This is from the book itself. I did not keep the story. I think I told you guys before. The story was really sad, honestly. The cat got picked on and made fun of through the whole book, and I just could not use the story. It made me really sad. I would not want to read it to my kids when they were little. So I found cute images of socks where he did not look sad, and I used them. So I hope that's okay with y'all. 2 more journaling cards. I want Socks to be a happy kitty. This is like a It's from one of those books, Big Little Books, and it was a cat playing with bedspreads. I thought it was cute. Cat card. And then this is one of the poem pages, and it's a cat trying to get a butterfly. And there's a poem on the back about the cat's chair. I hope y'all enjoy the poetry. This is a vintage greeting card. I only have a couple of these left. They're super cute. A cluster with the stamped image. Here's the title page. I did use the title page. See, he started out in a family that all looked like him and they all loved him. I don't remember why he left his family, but we're not going to dwell on it. 3 Little Kittens from a Childcraft book. And then this is from the 3 Little Kittens Golden book, and I made a tuck spot. And this is an ad for Squib, which I think is insurance. I don't remember. No, pharmaceuticals, I think. And then here is a Russian blue postage stamp, and I made a cluster. This is a stamped image right here. And here is a vintage ad for a catnip carpet. A stamped image. I tried to roar like a lion and everyone laughed. Cute little kitty. 2 little digital cards for writing. This is from a children's joke book. Here is the kitty cat charm for this one. He has a little bit of an attitude. A tuck spot with another version of the 3 Little Kittens. And then this is from a children's reader. I stamped this onto vellum. Little paw. Cats can memorize up to 120 commands, but they don't want to. Very true. But how will we ever know, you know? That's just assuming. And here's stickers and die cuts and all kinds of goodies in here on this Beatrix Potter page. This little guy. This is just a little feeling good quotes card, and this is from a Humpty Dumpty magazine, I think. This is a flip down tuck spot with a craft card and a game card. This is from that poetry book again, and I added this little word snippet. This is from a children's book. Cluster. Fishbones. A vintage shower card, just like the other one had. These paper clips. I try to bend them up so they won't scratch delicate papers, if I can remember it. A vintage sticker. The fabric pocket again. Dictionary definition. We have the card from Catopoly. See, there's little socks. He's not too sad yet. I love the flowers in this book, though. The flower images are pretty. This is another ad for cat food. Little black cat. Children's reader. Side tuck. This is some vintage gift wrap, probably from the 80s, of calico cats, and a cute little framed image from a children's fly leaf page. I don't know what this is. I found this at a yard sale and love it. So the colors were perfect for this book. And there's the little ball of yarn. Little quote. Catopoly card, another kitten image. This is from a reader, a Hallmark gift or American Greetings gift book. This little cat, I think she's leaping down, but it looks like she's doing a headstand. Little quote there. This is from Angus and the Cat. I love Angus. I love the illustrations. This is the reproduction milk cap. This folds out. Oops. And I have little paw prints across it. And then here is an image from a vintage magazine. A little cluster of a cat in a dress. Paper ruffle. Aristocat's song. This little kitty trying to get that pitcher of cream. A vintage get well card, and he is flocked. He has the flocking on him. He is some sort of cat. I guess he's a tomcat or a stray cat. The flowers are so pretty. And then 2 little cards here and another label. This little kitty in her cozy bed. And then we have the fold out kitties here and a die cut for journaling. You can draw on the back if you want. Here is another sushi cat. The holographics just make me laugh. And game card. This, I've had this in my scrapbook supply since the early 2000s. This, do y'all remember when they had the stickers that were sort of puffed, like embossed? Like the detail of his hair is even visible. I love them. Cat with a banjo is always funny. Little tiny envelope with little tiny cards. And this can close. Nope. Yes. Yes. So if you have like a lock of your kitty cat's hair or something, you can close that up in there. A vintage trim. A current label and a little card. This folds out. A fabric flip. I got this fabric from Carrie, the paper monkey. It's perfect and the colors are beautiful. And the last page of the book was stuck down, so how could I cover that up? And he's happy again. Look at him walking tall. So Socks does have a happy ending, but I left out all the sad middle. That's Socks. Last but not least is, I don't want to hurt Marshmallow. Hold on one second. Last but not least is Tippy. Tippy is the brightest of the 4, and I don't mean smart. I mean, Tippy likes pink. There's a lot of pink and a lot of yellow. So, closure for Tippy. I did not have the heart to punch holes in these vintage books, okay? I wanted to do the similar thing with the doily and gluing it down and weaving. Everything I did covered, like, it just blocked her face. It went right across her eyes, and I could not do that to Tippy. So I made a stretchy elastic band, and I sandwiched it between 2 crocheted daisies. So this journal can grow with you. It can expand. There's more give in this. Tippy also has 1-inch spine, 2 signatures. She's 8 1/4 inches tall, 6 1/4 wide. She also has 100 back and fronts, so 12 pages folded in one and 13 in the other. I don't know why. I have trouble sometimes remembering how many pages I put in till the end, and I realize it's uneven. I put this here to block some damage on this side, but I think it's still very visible and lovely. I left the original owner's information here. We have a digital, we have a definition, and we have a page from an encyclopedia about cats. We have a double pocket with a little milk bottle and a Catopoly card and a digital and a image from I think this is Eloise Wilkins. A belly band with a poetry page. You actually get a picture and 2 poems in this one. A vintage sticker. with vintage pink legal pad. Home is where the meow is. This is a Hallmark calendar from, I think, 1986. And it was a cross-stitch calendar. Image from a children's book. A really fun envelope. I just got this from Carrie the Paper Monkey, I think. And here is an ad for some cat food. The Cat Who Quacked. This, you'll see the cat on the other half. This is an adorable book that I found at a thrift store recently. A little journaling card. This says Cat Sunbeam Absorber. I know mine are. I glued this little trim here. Triangles. Here is the ball of yarn for this one. That one looks more like a Q-tip than a ball of yarn, but y'all just pretend, please. I must have been tired by this one. I don't beg for food. I just sit patiently while you decide to do the right thing. An adorable birthday card. I got this in a scrapbook at a estate sale. I love it. So I just thought this needed nothing else. It was just beautiful as it was. And then the little cat fold outs and a cross stitch playing card and a cat-shaped paper clip. And here's another little cluster ribbon. She's glued down. She's from the Three Little Kittens book, the giant little golden book. This flips down. This is that cat food that was advertised on the other page. I meant to behave, but there were too many other options. A Catopoly card and a digital. The cat with the teddy bear stamp. Vintage gift wrap. Three Little Kittens book. Fold out. Here he is. Look at him. Little street cat. The best kind. And then this is really a picture of a child, but there were two cats attending his birthday party, so I thought that was cute. And then a digital Catopoly and another digital. The cat charm in this one is pink because Tippy likes pink. Tippy's pages and story, by the way, were also not used because the story was not bad. The pages were literally crumbling, like disintegrating right in front of me. So I saved what I could by gluing them down to things, but I could not salvage the story itself. These types of books are what I love to use most because they were probably on the way to the trash bin when I got them at the library sale. I got both of these at a library sale. Cards. Every treat you fake, every fish you bake, every bag you shake, I'll be watching you. Pom-pom trim, fabric pocket. This is from a needlepoint book. Another definition. Children's reader. The cat's hiding under the bed. I would be too if they were trying to put me in a wagon. There is green rickrack. Another one of those sticker book stickers. I got this in Happy Meal recently. It was from an encyclopedia, I think. This is, I want to say, Dick and Jane book. I could be wrong, though. Another definition. Look at that little cat. And this is from the cover page, or the first page of the Tippy book. So I wanted to save that if you want to use that in some way. A cat and a bass, or a guitar, or a cello, I don't know. Three Little Kittens. This is from Puss in Boots, but I added a little quote. I thought that would be a quote that the woman or the cat could be saying. This is from a Childcraft book. This is like the one happy page from the socks book, so I put it in here. She's being nice to her, and she's reunited with his little siblings. And there is the reproduction milk cap. That's the Dick and Jane cat again. I punched the edge of this page with blossoms. Vintage shower card. And this, I got this from Carrie the Paper Monkey. I think this is a Project Life card. Another vintage greeting card I found at Recraft, and this one is not written in nearly as much. Oh, I didn't show you all the dangles. They're quite bright. And then here we have a little Golden Book card and a digital and another Catopoly card. We have some vintage gift wrap from the 80s. I sort of cut around this cat and made a tag out of it, and then digital. And there's this looks like my mittens. And I just put this here. I thought it was cute to put it on one of the ledger lines. This had a big old picture of the rear end of a pig. And I was like, you don't really go to this journal. There's socks again. So I covered that up. And then here is Marshmallow / Tippy. Tippy for this journal, I guess. And I think this is, might be the cat from, no, that's a frog. I don't know. I thought it was the Peter Rabbit cat, but I could be wrong. Just perfect. A fabric flip. And I left the 3 blind mice in here because, you know, it kind of goes with cat theme. And a little cluster here. This flips up. This is a stamped image. This is from a children's book and current label. Here's the envelope for this one with tons of goodies. Oh, that is coming unglued. I'll need to fix that. Tons of goodies in here. And a stamp. The quirky stamp with the stacked animals. Another stamp. Flashcard. And in here we have 3 different cards in this little pocket. And that's all for Tippy. Okay, so these will be available tomorrow night, Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are interested in reserving one, please email me. And y'all are troopers. It's a 47-minute video, so thanks for sticking around. I had so much fun making these. I really hope you enjoyed looking through them, especially if you're a cat lover. You will love these, and they will probably resonate with you guys because, you know, cats are just, well, there's nothing like them. So you guys have a great evening. I hope you have a relaxing weekend. Talk to you soon.